Hi guys, my name is Roger Snipes. Today we're going to focus on exposing labels, and the product which we are going to be focusing on is Quest protein bars. Sometimes when you're out and about shopping, let's say for a few hours, naturally you might start to feel a little bit hungry. You just want to kill the hunger until you get home. Nothing too heavy and nothing that is going to make you feel guilty afterwards. But when we're looking for a snack, we don't want to eat something like crisps, chocolate, and definitely not fast food. But we may at this point decide to opt for a protein bar by Quest. So Quest themselves have a really cool bar that gives you 21 grams of protein. It is gluten-free, high in fiber, and low in sugar. Now, if you remember from my previous video, companies will highlight their strengths. And just like bodybuilders on the stage, they hide their weaknesses.
Do you know you're supposed to work out your lower body too?
In all honesty, in comparison to other bars which I've seen, they're not too bad. But let's look at xanthan gum, which Quest bars normally have. It is a food additive, however, it is not artificial, but it does contain ingredients like soy, glucose, and corn. Now, with this, you have to be very careful to make sure that the ingredients are not genetically modified, as it can be by some brands. This is what I think of when I think about GMO. Let's talk about sodium caseinate. It's sometimes used in replacement to micellular casein. The reason being is because it is known to be more water soluble than micellular casein. The benefits of that is that it absorbs a lot quicker. However, is 90% of undenatured protein. But wait, what do you mean by undenatured protein? Well, sodium caseinate is treated by sodium hydroxide or calcium hydroxide. It may be quicker to absorb, but the quality, unfortunately, is compromised. Now, I'm a massive fan of natural sweeteners. You have xylitol and you also have erythritol, which both are in the Quest bar. But for some reason, they've also added sucralose. What the f? Why? I have no idea. Sucralose is an artificial sugar substitute. There's still being studies done as to whether sucralose has a metabolic dysregulation in the body. Some studies have shown that it may upregulate more glucose into your cells. This in effect does not allow glucose to be utilized, but more to encourage to remain as fat storage. Some studies have shown that it may create more reactive oxygen species as well. Most people who have sweeteners are generally on a calorie-controlled diet and don't want to put on fat. However, sucralose may train your insulin to store more body fat. It's also shown to have links to dizziness, convulsion, anxiety, bleeding gums, intestinal stress, headaches, autism, eye problems, and gut inflammation. The first thing I learned about sucralose some years ago was sucralose itself may actually kill your microbiome. Well, not all of it, but at least a high amount of it. Without your microbiome, you're almost left defenseless. Some animal studies has shown that mice that consumed sucralose ate 30% more calories than if they just had normal sugar. So probably not the best of news when you're thinking about just having a snack. What I would suggest as a good practice to do before leaving the house is to eat a meal. Have a meal before you go out. What you could also do is have a bit of carbohydrates but have higher fats as well. So having higher protein and higher fats will probably create a bit more satiety without you having any kind of insulin crash or depletion when you're out. This will also allow you to be a bit more metabolically flexible. So if your body learns how to utilize proteins and fats a bit more, then your energy levels is going to be higher, and there would be a lesser chance of you having these crazy hunger pangs when you're out doing some shopping. To help with digestion of protein, you could try something like this, Mass Zymes. I take this every time I have chicken or steak, fish, lamb, or most types of meats or protein, in all fairness, as protein is a very complex macronutrient. It takes a long time for the body to break down, and sometimes you can feel depleted in energy when you have it. But if you have Mass Zymes, it would actually give you a bit more sustained energy, you'll get less bloating, and a bit more focus as well, especially when you're out shopping. The good thing about Mass Zymes as well is that it can allow up to about 65% more protein to be absorbed. The benefit of increased absorption of protein is the way it can actually boost the amino acids to your bloodstream. And it's a much better form of available energy than looking for glucose replenishment all the time. But the good news about Mass Zymes is it's not just for protein, but it is also for carbohydrates and fats as well. And one of the great things about Mass Zymes is that it has 5 different types of protease enzymes. So have a regular meal and keep away from these bars that are meant to be healthy or high protein, because in all fairness, if you want protein, just eat food. What was that? Try the bar. Smells synthetic. Actually tastes all right, you know. It does taste great. It really does. Tastes delicious. I'm not gonna eat no more.